Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're going to take a quick look here at Solana, see what's going on. We've got to double check a couple key factors. I got some larger fib levels drawn up here with potential retracement areas as well. Not trying to concern you with seeing the fact that the price could pull back. That's a very normal thing, by the way. Just making sure that we understand best and worst case scenarios so we can dollar cost average wherever possible, and or just consider some other alternatives. So just to quickly jump into liquidation here, we can see in the last 12 hours there's a lot more shorts than longs. That's a big surprise, right? Most folks are always trying to catch that top. Okay, just keep in mind, folks, right now, shorts are getting destroyed in the market. So if you're going to short with confirmation, I do not think we have confirmation on any coin right now based on the way that the market's moving today. That's just my personal thoughts. But once again, I could be wrong. I'm fairly consistent though. Speaking of consistency, check this out. Take a look at these community members. Look how awesome these guys are doing. Keep up the good work, Sunny. Fantastic work. Thank you so much as well for posting a down trade too. It's actually important to do that because honestly, we have a lot of good profitable trades and stuff. But generally speaking, you take a loss once in a while. It's important to recognize that's part of the game. Yeah. So again, fantastic stuff. Quick congrats to our community members here as well. Nice Litecoin profit, 115% in roughly 1.5 months. But more important, we took an AVAX trade on Friday, and 3 days later here, we took 46%. So kudos on that. Glad you all persevered through the ups and the downs. Coins don't always move the way you want to, but if you build your trades effectively, you find a lot more success. So that's really awesome stuff there. If you're curious about our success, just jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. We had 100% success last month, 2,200% profit for our premium members. So checking this out here with Solana, what do we want to talk about first of all well, I guess we can dive into the liquidation. I mean, you can kind of see here a lot of shorts here, of course. They don't seem to learn. Half of them got destroyed here, upwards of 150, and right there at about 151, 152, heavier concentrations of liquidation. Not to say that the price can't pull back because of that, folks. It's not a guarantee, right? There's tons of liquidation to the downside too if you go zoom out and look at the bigger picture. But generally speaking, last week's worth of trading, we can see a lot more consideration for shorting than taking longs, which I get. But this coin isn't really overextended. It's consolidating perfectly within this range. We got some massive doji candles there with the price not pulling back. It pulled back to this perfect level here at 136, as we talked about previously, being a previous resistance turn support. That is a previous week close. So those are all important factors. Why don't we take a look here at the some of the moving averages, or just a few other. Actually, well, sorry. Yes, we want to look at the moving averages, but we're above all four. There's really no consideration for a short, right? We've confirmed that this is a bullish uptrend. We can also confirm that stochastic RSI is swinging up. Even still, I mean, it's kind of plateauing, don't get me wrong, getting close, but RSI is pretty high. I don't love this here. Money flow index is pulling back a little bit, but that is likely because that aggressive candle down to 136. So the truth is, this coin is looking very strong. As long as Bitcoin can maintain itself, I think it's going to be fine. Bitcoin, I did just analyze Bitcoin, and it's looking very, very strong right now. So I would consider not trying to short the market at this exact moment. Granted, Bitcoin dominance starts to adjust. We can see that shift of momentum, but for right now, we're not seeing any of that. Everything here looks fairly bullish, minus the money flow index pulling back, but that's mainly because we saw a correction earlier today, which you can see reflected here as well. Roughly that was late last night when Asian market opened. I think we had a lot of sell-off, so to speak, with altcoins, and then Bitcoin ramped up, and now we're back on track. Okay. It's common rinse and repeat. Unfortunately, in the market, just kind of get caught in the crossfire. It's exactly why we use low leverage on our positions, because if you use high leverage, you're going to get destroyed with these ebbs and flows, right? Low leverage allows you to survive these markets and effectively hit your target. Again, as long as you use good TA, which in this case here we can see, based on the technical analysis, we're trending down, right? RSI is getting closer to 50. But as the RSI starts to pull back and the price starts to go up, that tells us that's a bullish convergence, and that's a very positive sign. Now, is this amazing? No, of course not. We're rejecting out at 148, pretty solid. We can see that level here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. We haven't seen a price action close above 140, let's just say 149 yet, and it's attempted 14 times. You combine that with this heavy amount of liquidation, stronger chance of upside than downside. Again, is it a guarantee, folks? No, but it's definitely a statistical probability that's slightly higher than going down. Therefore, we take a look here at the money flow index. It is fairly low, but it's low from this weekend. It's a natural sell-off that occurred for the price to pull back. With MFI being low and the RSI being just above 50, that's usually a good sign. However, we can see stochastic pulling back too, so this does imply we might see a shift in momentum. However, Having said all of that, here MACD is trying to diverge. It still hasn't yet, or sorry, it's still diverging, hasn't converged yet. So it's kind of plateauing, so to speak, letting us know there's kind of we're at this place right now where the price could go either way. However, when you look at the moving averages, these are all things that are working in our favor. Maintaining above the 20-day SMA is a very positive sign. So in truth, as long as we can continue to progress at 146 or higher today, we should be in really good shape to see the price continue up. Take a look at the hourly. We can also confirm a couple of factors here as well. The hourly is going to tell us that we are stuck within the cloud, or sorry, we're testing the cloud right now. Conversion lines above the baseline showing we have good momentum from this most recent uptrend, but the lagging span is not really super free and clear. I mean, it is, but it isn't. So this is not a condition or an ideal scenario to take a long or a short position. It's really just telling us that we are in this indecisive moment, and until we have a definitive break above or below one of these two levels, it's more important to wait on the sidelines. So to me, a closure at 149 or higher today would give us a pretty solid continuation potential based on the simple fact that we break through this little resistance level and we have more potential for upside, especially in doing so, we had established a higher high and a higher low because of it. Okay, so that's a positive sign there. But if we take a look at some other factors here, generally speaking, the big picture is mostly bullish, but there's no doubt that we're overextended and a pullback would make sense. But I think that all depends on Bitcoin, really. So I would just make sure you adjust your stop loss higher. I mean, if you're in profit right now, you should be in profit right now. Honestly, the price hasn't gone down at all unless you bought at 151. You should be in pretty good shape right now. I would say make sure you just adjust your stop loss higher. Consider taking profits if the price continues further up and we break through this level of 153. And the inverse, of course, the price pulls back. You maybe consider the other way around. I wouldn't say, though, just jumping into a short arbitrarily is a good idea. We still have a lot of confirming factors, and nothing has officially shifted momentum yet. So again, me personally, when I see those things, I just kind of avoid it altogether. And people ask sometimes, hey man, market's going crazy. Why didn't you take any trades? Well, the truth is, you can't catch them all, but you also need to recognize you don't want to FOMO into everything too, because that could be a disaster. So I am being cautious and careful taking a lot of longs right now, just because Bitcoin could pull back at any moment, even though it hasn't and it's proven not to. You still want to be more cautious than frivolous. Okay. Again, if you're okay with just throwing money away, then do what you want. But if you want to wait for confirmation, we don't have that yet. I would recommend just being patient. All right, folks. Thanks again so much for watching. And once again, big picture here, just to clarify. I kind of skimmed over this here. These are the levels that the price could pull back to if it does, right? So hypothetically, if this is the highest point, that Solana will go at 152.38. We could see 125, 115, or sorry, 116 as low as 107. We've talked about 107 being an important level. That point was 618. That's a common retracement zone. We have a lot of volume there too. That would make sense as a good entry for the next leg up if the price were to effectively pull back that far. But I don't really think that's a realistic probability at this point. It all depends on Bitcoin. Okay. I hope that made sense. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something here today. Obviously, make sure you check out Bitunix, phenomenal exchange, link down below. They give you some awesome rewards for using my link to register. Highly recommend them. We're going to have some trading competitions coming up here. Really cool stuff. They are adding to 5 more trading pairs here today as well too. So should be notified on that shortly. Thank you so much again for watching, folks. Have yourself a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.